Namaste and welcome to another episode of Viewpoint. So the Delhi elections are just about a month away and a lot of action is going on. We have Arvind Kejriwal yet again contending for the Chief Minister's post. And on the other side, there seem to be two opponents, which is the BJP and the Congress. Both the candidates of BJP and Congress are in fact the heirs of former Chief Ministers of Delhi. So what's happening this time, there's a lot of campaigning going on, a lot of Bollywood style campaigning happening from the BJP side, a lot of defense happening from Aam Aadmi Party, and a lot of drama happening around the CM's house, the Sheesh Mahal. So what's happening in Delhi? To discuss with this, we have with us Mr. Suresh Kochattil, a political research analyst. Namaste ji.
Namaskar.
So you've been seeing what's happening in Delhi, and we've seen that normally since the last Lok Sabha election, there's been something as the indie bloc alliance is there, and they've been saying that we're together. But right now we are seeing that the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are at loggerheads with each other over there. In fact, they're going, in a way, they're contesting against each other in a very strong way. So is the India alliance still there, or do you think it doesn't exist anymore?
In fact, there was a statement from Omar Abdullah just about a few hours ago. It's still coming on media. It's not, entire media is not. He said the alliance doesn't exist. In fact, he said he was so frustrated, he said shut it down. What is the point in having it? And then the Congress comes up with an excuse saying the alliance was only for the Lok Sabha elections. It was not meant for beyond that. And one of the interesting things I was hearing a commentary, I think on Barkhadat's channel today, but one gentleman, Rizvi, and he was saying that only the birth of an alliance is announced, death of an alliance is never announced. Okay, and that I think is a big message in that, because yes, it was announced with a big bang. 36 or 40 leaders sitting on stage, and then we had all the lifting hands up and all that. Of that, Sitaram Yechury is no longer there. The other alliance partners are melted away. Now today, there's no alliance technically. Technically, it's not there at all. I'll give you 3-4 examples of Delhi before we get to Delhi. In Maharashtra, as of today, Sharad Pawar's 8 MPs are ready to move to BJP, that is NDA alliance. Either they'll sit as a separate bloc, they will not join the NCP Ajit Pawar group, but they will sit separately. BJP has, I believe, promised Sharad Pawar that Supriya Sule will be made the union minister and Praful Patel might get an MOS. But I doubt he'll take an MOS because he was a full-fledged union minister before. Nevertheless, but the point is they are moving away. Uddhav Thackeray is praising Devendra Fadnavis for his Gadricholi visit, and even Supriya Sule did that. Samna is singing bhajans for Fadnavis in the morning. What's happening suddenly?
In fact, while Congress is attacking Veer Savarkar, again, Uddhav Thackeray is actually supporting Veer Savarkar.
Yeah, Rahul Gandhi is not speaking about Veer Savarkar in the last 15 days. If you observe that, it's over. Veer Savarkar is done and dusted. The parliament thing, drama is all over. Where nobody knows where he is. Supposed to be in Vietnam, God only knows where he has gone. But look at Delhi. Delhi, this third time Arvind Kejriwal wants a hat-trick. He'll get it or not is a question. Where is his core voter base? His core voter base are the migrants, one. The second are the people who come from the minority community, very broad-based. Okay. They can be either Muslims or Christians or anybody. Now, traditionally, Kejriwal is getting their votes. And we saw that during Delhi riots when he kept mum, he didn't say a word about it. The Jamia Millia violence that we saw, he didn't say a word about it. At the same time, he goes and announces that Hindu priests will get 18,000 rupees per month. Why if he's elected?
And Gurudwara Granthis as well.
Yeah. Why didn't he do it in the first 2 terms? God only knows. But he gave it to the Maulanas, the Maulvis. But they, I believe, even they have not been paid. Kejriwal's first term had all those things of schools, new schools being built, free water, free electricity. The second term was nothing. It was only free bus rides. That is the only thing. So he cannot say, I promise that I'm delivering. So he's coming out with new promises, which is like your Ladli Ban scheme. He's trying to announce one more in Delhi. Ironically, his own ministry is, of course, he's not a chief minister or anything, but his own party ministry, the Aam Aadmi Party. Government in Delhi said there's a fraud, there's nothing like that. Because people started approaching the ministry or the officers, government officers saying they need the money. Delhi, usually, we've seen votes both ways. That is, for the Lok Sabha, the BJP wins. I'm talking the last 2 terms. And for the Assembly, Aam Aadmi Party wins. BJP, I think, had very few seats the first time and now they have 8 seats.
And why do you think so? I mean, BJP has a strong base in the Delhi, but still you're seeing for 27 years they've been out of power in Delhi.
One was the lure of freebies, the first time at least.
By Congress you're saying, or by Aam Aadmi?
By Aam Aadmi Party. Because see, where did Aam Aadmi Party get all those votes from? They're all Congress's votes.
They tore into Congress.
BJP has retained their core votes. Here and there they have lost some, but they basically got their core votes ready. It is the Congress votes which has gone en masse into the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party doesn't need to struggle further because they know they're getting the Congress votes. Which is why in this election, when they are both standing separately, which they were always doing, the fact that if Congress grabs 10 to 15% vote share, then Aam Aadmi Party will get hit because they are all anti-Modi votes, either Muslim votes or those who are against BJP traditionally. Then comes Owaisi. Just yesterday he announced that 8 seats in Delhi, his party is going to contest 8 seats. Now the ripple effect will be there. It is not going to be just 8, but beyond 8, because the Muslim votes are going to get consolidated. And if they all vote for Owaisi, he will not win, his party will not win, then he will destroy the chances of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress. And BJP doesn't want that. BJP wants Aam Aadmi Party to get some seats, Congress to get nothing, but Congress should take away sufficient votes so that Aam Aadmi Party doesn't get a majority. So it's a very confusing situation. At the same time, BJP also has its share of problems. One, like in the past 2 terms, it doesn't have a chief minister face.
I mean, it did have Kiran Bedi the first time, right?
Very short while. Then you brought in others. But the problem with the BJP is the very simple fact, is that ever since Sahib Singh Verma and Dr. Harshvardhan's departure from the scene, BJP has never got anybody. Okay, that is a sad fact. And they got Manoj Tiwari, which again was a kind of disaster. BJP never had a strong leader in Delhi. The talk that they will get Smriti Irani to be a CM face is, I think, far-fetched, because the Congress will latch onto it, Aam Aadmi Party will latch onto it, saying she is not from Delhi. It's a different matter that Kejriwal is from Haryana.
Also, she's just met a recent defeat in Amethi.
Yeah, Amethi. So that why are they rehabilitating her will be the question. Delhi is right now in a kind of financial mess, because we know the structure of how Delhi works. The Home Ministry and certain ministries are all under the Lieutenant Governor. The rest of the stuff is with the state government, so to speak of. But the powers are limited. Certain IAS officers are on deputation, certain of them serve directly. Funds are always an issue. Appointments are always an issue, and we see the controversy with the Lieutenant Governor going on and on and on. Kejriwal himself got embroiled in the liquor scandal. He still cannot be the chief minister, even though he's saying now, vote for me and I will, as a chief minister, I'll give you this thing. He cannot, because the Supreme Court case is still very clear that he cannot enter the CM's office. He cannot sign any files.
But let's say if Aam Aadmi Party does win, does it mean the people have absolved him of this?
No, it is like every government claims that, that once I get the people's vote, I have got...
People's mandate is superior to the courts.
Yeah, that is what is said. But that's not true. We all know that. End of the day, that's a different judicial system. This is a different system. The ballot is different, and that one, the judiciary is different. But BJP's problem, as typically as I've said, is that they need to project somebody to get the votes. And that somebody is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Because he was always stationed in Delhi most of the time, he can start his campaign and end his campaign right there in Delhi any day he wants to.
Right.
Because the party doesn't have a face, he will have to be the face of the party to get those votes. The second thing very important is Delhi is a cosmopolitan place. It has a lot of people from across the country. Even though the border areas with Haryana and to a certain extent with Uttar Pradesh have a lot of migrants. Whereas the central part of Delhi, the cantonment and other parts, in fact, yesterday there was a debate which I participated where the numbers have come down. 14% drop in the number of electors. Imagine. Every election we see the number of voters going up. In Delhi, in 14 constituencies, the number has dropped.
Right.
2-3 things would have happened. One is the defense cantonment area, the defense area, where military officers, military soldiers and others, they get transferred. And they usually don't do. Second is many of the migrants who are living within Delhi, who work there, are from the other places. But they don't want to cut the names. It's like people in Andhra who stay in Hyderabad, still go and vote in Andhra, during elections. They don't cut out this. Actually illegal. They're supposed to remove their names from there, but they don't do it. For very obvious reasons.
It's a hassle, yeah.
They're scared of ration cards and other things and all that stuff. So, Prime Minister Modi versus Kejriwal. The problem is the Congress side also, there is only Sandeep Dixit, who is now the face of the party. Well, that will be enough, God only knows, because Rahul Gandhi's full-fledged campaign, Priyanka Vadra campaigning will be an added advantage for the party. And BJP is wishing that both should get into the vote, because as I always say, Rahul Gandhi is BJP's biggest vote getter. And if he gets into it, and BJP will definitely see that Aam Aadmi Party's votes, which went from Congress to Aam Aadmi Party, will come back. Yeah, to large extent. Because see, the advantage of the Muslim votes is they shift to one place. They don't get split. In Maharashtra, it was assumed during the elections that the Maratha votes and the minority votes will all be against BJP. But the minority votes was taken away by Ajit Pawar and the Maratha votes came back to BJP. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
why
Eknath Shinde,
they
yeah.
got others. Yeah, others got wiped out. Sharad Pawar had this kind of lording over all these things, and the alliance is not there. But Samajwadi Party said they will help out, but their influence is limited to the outer Delhi constituencies where that can be some influence. For example, my grandfather's brother represented outer Delhi for 2 terms as an MP, Mrs. S. Nair, a Malayali representing outer Delhi for 2 terms. I mean, imagine that a Malayali could, that time, that was during Nehru's time, twice he became an MP, my grandfather's brother, Mr. Nair. So that was the kind of situation those days, and still even now, the BJP should push its campaigners from the south. For example, it should take leaders from Telangana, it should take leaders from Kerala, it should take leaders from Karnataka, from Tamil Nadu, all to campaign there because it's a microcosm. The entire thing is not just Jats or Gujars or Punjabis. They have the strength, but to a large extent, the swing can happen in those places where BJP needs to campaign hard. And I've been telling this repeatedly on different channels. One, because you don't have a face to campaign. You cannot counter it. Mr. Modi cannot be seen countering Kejriwal. He will be coming down to the level of Kejriwal, which should not be happening. He should be dealt with by BJP stalwarts who are always there, Sambit Patras and Nichikant Dubey. They should handle these guys. But they need Delhi faces, known faces, Bansuri Swaraj, for example. Nupur Sharma, in fact, I was pitching for her, saying, bring her out of the hiding. So a lot of political analysts who were speaking to me yesterday said, oh, you can't bring her because then again it will bring back the image of, what she said about the prophet. And I said, Raja Singh said the same thing. But the party had to bring him back in Hyderabad.
Correct.
Because they knew his influence, his rub of influence. It's not just Gosha Mahal, but the nearby constituencies also. Right. If you do the same thing with Nupur Sharma, she will bring off her rub. Don't make a CM candidate. That is a far-fetched thing. But at least involve her in campaigning. And I believe she's already started doing some videos and all that. The consolidation of the Hindu vote bank, which happened in Haryana, which is a kind of geographically closer to Delhi, can happen in Delhi also if this is done.
Right, since we're comparing with what happened in Haryana also we had a lot of discussion on the Jat-based demography and reservations. Again, we've seen Kejriwal has been continuously referring to Jats, about reservations, about how there are 5 different communities which Delhi government recognizes as, I think, OBC, but the central hasn't. So he's also using that. So do you think this Jat card, the reservation card, would actually make any impact at this point?
Not really, not really.
But in UP, did they say?
Yeah, see, the UP part of it had a swing at the other factor because of Akhilesh Yadav, not because of Congress and not because of Aam Aadmi Party. In Delhi, it's a different ballgame altogether. Delhi, the first term, Kejriwal promised electricity, he delivered electricity. He promised water, he delivered water for whatever it was worth. He promised to clean up Yamuna, he didn't do it. Delhi has a strong problem with water even now during summer. There's a huge shortage of water. But people still continue to believe him because they feel that he can still give. Because he's scaring them by telling them, look, if I go away, Modi will come and turn your taps off. Modi will stop giving you 100 units of electricity free or 300 units of electricity free. Now, obviously, BJP will have to take a call on these freebies. But the point is, what does Kejriwal deliver now? That is why this time you see he's not talking of development.
More of freebies actually?
Yeah, he's talking of the women's thing, I'll give you that, I'll give you this.
2100 per
woman. All the education thing bluff has been called by his own departments, saying the schools are hardly any good now. His Mohalla clinics are gone for a toss.
Correct, it's not in discussion.
Congress is now promising 25 lakh healthcare for Delhi citizens. Why don't they promise for Telangana citizens?
Right.
They're saying we'll give it to everybody in Delhi, 25 lakhs worth of healthcare every year. Promise it for Telangana. Because when you know that you're not going to win, you can promise anything under the sun.
Correct.
Okay, I can even say I'll give you 1 crore worth of healthcare, which is what Kejriwal is claiming.
Right.
So the point in Delhi is going to be a big mess. And over the next 20 days, as the election picks up, and the 5th of February will be the date of the polls, and the Election Commission this time at least has realized to its kind of good sense that to have it in the middle of the week on a Wednesday so that people don't take off. They can still do it. They can take Delhi being a central government place. A lot of central government employees can take off Thursday, Friday and Saturday, Sundays anyway holidays. So Wednesday we le lo to pura 5 din you will get it. Right. But hopefully Delhi should vote better this time. There should be better consolidation. And last but not the least is the role of the RSS. Though it's limited in Delhi, it can still play a big role. And like what we saw, what happened in Maharashtra, if RSS can play that role which he played in Haryana, then I guess at least a 5 to 10% bump up of the votes for BJP can happen from the RSS side, if they get into, because they don't go and say vote for BJP. RSS never says that. They always have the Jan Jagrans, in which they say go and vote. So that they know that target audience is voting for BJP, this target audience whom they're speaking to, and they're urging them to go and vote. That is what is the main thing.
And as a final question, we see there's a lot of efforts and a lot of discussion going on Sheesh Mahal, which is essentially the CM's residence in Delhi. So why is that becoming an object of contention right now before the elections?
See, Kejriwal made a lot of promises during his Anna Hazare days of India Against Corruption movement. We all were enamored by it. He was a man who went on fast, and finally Anna Hazare himself disowned him, saying that this guy is a fraud. Anna Hazare disappeared from the limelight. But Kejriwal made a lot of promises. That he will never use a government vehicle, that he will always use his old Wagoner, which he used for the first few days. He will never take up a government accommodation. Now, the Chief Minister's residence, of course, we have Pragati Bhavan in Hyderabad, which is a similar example in extravagance. 33 crores were spent as per the CAG. It's not a BJP claiming it. In fact, yesterday, one of the anchors on a news channel, Hindi news channel, kept prompting me saying it is BJP's allegation. I had to correct him. I said, it's not BJP's allegation. It is a CAG report. The CAG report is a finality on that. What was supposed to cost 7.8 crores finally ended up at 33 crores. There are 23 television sets of 88 inches which are bought for the house. Imagine.
So 33 crores is just the work. It's not the land. It's not the construction, you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying the stuff inside it.
Stuff inside is 33 crores. Okay.
The toilets. The building, of course, would have got some kind of renovation and all that. But imagine, why would somebody spend 33 crores? You can spend always. I'm sure Pragati Bhavan, they spent a lot more. KCR spent a lot more. But the question, when Kejriwal himself said that he will not take up government accommodation, why did he take it up in the first place? And why did he have to renovate it? He's not giving an answer. Today we saw a drama of two of those AAP ministers taking some television channel guys and trying to enter the same residence of the chief minister who's their candidate. Now it's Atishi who's sitting there. But then they say cops didn't allow us inside. Boss, go with your mobile phone and take it. No, who will stop you going to CM's residence? CM can give an order saying, I'm having a press conference, please send everybody inside. But this drama will go on because Kejriwal's bluff has been called. And today they were questioning Prime Minister's residence cost. I say Prime Minister's residence is a residence which has been there for a long time, decades now. From Nehru's time to Indira Gandhi's time, 7 Rescoes Road has now become local Yanmarg. But it was always there, and there's a security problem there. There is an issue, we know that. So it has to be different. He can't compare apples and oranges. It's a different thing altogether. So Kejriwal first has to answer his part of it. Why did 7.3 crores become 33 crores? Why did he need 23 television sets of 88 inches? Are there 23 rooms? Or each room has got 4 walls and he got a TV on all the walls so that he can have a 360-degree view? One fails to understand. I mean, spending 1.8 lakhs on a washing machine, what are you trying to do? We all know how much washing machines cost. Even 3 of them will not cost so much. So the question is the extravagance. If you were at the start said, I'm going to spend as much as I want, nobody would have mind. But when you claim that you are the epitome of honesty, that after Satya Harishchandra, you are the only guy who's
clean person. Yeah.
And he kept saying this, if I am corrupt, then everybody in this country is corrupt. That means, on the reverse of it, it says that he's the most honest guy in this world. This is the problem with him. If you had claimed that I am like Lalu Prasad Yadav, or I am like, other corrupt guys who are there in this country who made them money, like D. Raja and others, then it's a different thing. But you claimed you're an honest guy and then you go and build a house like this. Naturally, the entire attention goes there. Attempt by BJP, and especially this allegation was made by Congress in the first place, not even BJP. Okay, Congress in fact named him as anti-national and all that kind of stuff. And then they demanded, the Aam Aadmi Party demanded Ajay Maken should be thrown out of the party of the alliance in 24 hours, which they never did. Because they don't have leaders in Delhi in any case. They have only Ajay Maken and Sandeep Dikshit. So, the problem with BJP and problem with Congress is, BJP wants Congress to get more powerful. The Congress at the same time doesn't have leaders like the BJP, but it doesn't have a charismatic figure like Narendra Modi to campaign for them. So, end of the day, Kejriwal, if he even makes it past the halfway mark, BJP will still be happy with him at greatly reduced majority. Because they can still finger in the house. And that's what BJP is aiming at.
Great. So, thank you so much for your valuable insights. You heard the discussion. So the Delhi elections of 2025 are just a month away. A lot is still going to happen in the space. So let's keep watching. Namaste and Jai Hind.